Sekai boys.
Sekai boys.
I think many people think that Germans are punctual. So bad. I think it's going back.
It's not gonna stay on that place for long. Germany had its peak.
Robert, 21. I'm a student, university student, business economics. I've been to China before, when I was 13 or so. I made a round trip with my parents around Beijing, Hong Kong, and all the major cities. And I thought, yeah, Japan is very nice. I've heard very good stuff about Japan, and it's not as restricted as China anymore, because you can't go to China basically as a tourist without many limitations. It's not impossible, but it's very hard because you have to have a visa, and as a German you can travel to Japan way more easily. My plan, I've been to Osaka before, last week, and Kyoto, and I saw the culture stuff, the sightseeing, the Buddhist temples, all that stuff. And it was very nice. I really like the architecture with the pagodas and the we have churches in Germany, and I like the architecture more here over here in Asia. And then I came this week to Tokyo. Yeah, very nice. Many people are very nice, and some of them are very talkative, but also many of them are very private. And I thought more people could speak English. When I go to the cashiers, they can't speak English that properly, and when I ask them some questions, I have to call up the translator, but it's fine, it's okay. I really don't have a bad experience at all. Like, none. It was very perfect so far. My best experience, it's hard. The weather, I think. I came to Tokyo yesterday. I don't know if I could say that's my best experience, but I came to Tokyo yesterday, and my hotel is near the skyscraper, the Tokyo Tower. And when I just walked around a bit towards the Tokyo Tower, I saw a temple, the tower, and another skyscraper, and that was... I think Germans stare. They look at people more. Yeah, me myself, I look at people, and I think many Asian people don't do that because they're more private, I guess. when people come your way, and we nod to each other when we say hello, and when you go to the subway, for example, that's not the case. Nobody looks at you, like at all. And yeah, maybe you should know that Germans stare a lot, I guess. Could be uncomfortable if you get looked at by so many people. Great part. Nothing. The worst part, well, I think many people think that Germans are punctual, but if you look at the German train system compared to the Japanese one, it's so bad. It's so bad. Trains come way more delayed than they are in Japan. In Japan, everything is strict. You have every train every 5 minutes. There's a new train and you can go wherever you want. But in Germany, many people use cars more often than trains. Yeah, it's not that great. And the Japanese economy plummets so hard because your currency gets worse, because you try to get rid of inflation. Your onigiri costs 10 years 100 yen. For the last 10 years it costed 100 yen. The same onigiri you would have in Germany costed 10 years ago 1 euro, and now it would cost €2.50. That's why the Japanese economy does different. You try to compensate your inflation with your currency. And that's actually, in my opinion, a good thing. In economic perspective, maybe not, but my German GP is negative. That's not good at all. We have negative growth, and yeah, that's pretty bad. We're one of the few industrial nations that have negative growing GDP, and that's pretty not so good. I think it's going back. Maybe it's just me, but I don't have an opinion. Well, both sides don't like each other, and I have no feelings towards any of this side. So, A, I don't really care, and B, I think it's so useless to have a war against each other when you could just not. Yeah, many are pro-Palestine, many are pro-Israel, and it's hard to describe. Germany, the government of Germany is more more pro-Ilis. What's it called? Pro-Israel, because of the Jewish history of Germany. Yeah, and many other people are pro-Palestine because they think the media is brainwashed. Yeah, it's just stupid.
Dominic, I am 30. I'm an employee. It's like a chemical engineer. It's a plastic. You know, you need it for 3D printing. I was like 9 a.m. and I was in my hotel. I used to have breakfast. Suddenly, everyone got a warning on their smartphones. I heard of it in some animes. I watched this, but in Germany there are no earthquakes. Well, no, not scary at all. I just felt nice. It was it was not scary at all. It was first I thought, oh, what's that? I'm not knowing, but as soon as I realized, okay, it's just a common thing here in Japan, and everyone around me got so calm, then I was calm too. It's like the immigration is really hard problem. You know, in Germany, some problems there. The government always lets in more and more immigrants, and the people don't want this. So the government is deciding something that the people don't want. And they tell you, if you don't accept this, you're a right-wing extremist, kind of something like that. I get it. Some people are moving from their countries because it's not good anymore to live there. But you know, we have not that space, not that much as you need for millions of immigrants. Yeah, so it's hard to deal with it. Both countries could deal better, I think. You know, Germany used to be the first, well, was the second, almost the first economical power in the world, and now it's third or fourth behind China. I don't know if Japan is above Germany, but pretty much the same.
Short Connie. I am 26 years old. I think you would pronounce it as technical product engineer. Stations where automobile parts are put on, and these parts are being sprayed to another color or something. Things to do for Volkswagen or Mercedes. Especially, I don't know if you know how the buildings in Europe, or especially German, look like. They are nearly all the same. You got 4 walls and a roof. That's basically every building there is. And if you look around the buildings here, every building looks different. And it amazes me how Japanese people manage to work with every little corner of space they can to make the best out of it. And yeah, I think the architecture of every building here is super cool and totally different. I think it is mostly because of the bad behavior of other tourists. An example, I will go to the train, I will sit inside. Could happen that people I sit to stand up and move to a different seat. I have heard that Many tourists don't act the way they are supposed to be via the internet. So they talk way too loud on the trains or don't follow the rules, basically. So that's the thing I have heard. If you go after the rules and follow all these things, you can do it perfectly fine. German people are very egoistic. It seems at first. It may seem so, but when you start talking to them, they are friendly. But I think to many people it could seem like German people are very inside of themselves and not so friendly, especially because the language does sound pretty harsh to other people. Like example, the word Krankenwagen or Schmetterling, which are pretty normal words for ambulance, car, or butterfly, but the language sounds very harsh. Many people in that area are protesting against him, but they have no chance because Elon Musk got money and he can give some to the politicians. So yeah, you can't do much. I would say new jobs. Yeah, so that's a very good thing. I think it's kind of cool that Tesla got its own big place inside of Germany. I like it. But yeah, for nature, it's not that perfect. In the last couple of years, many refugees came to Germany, and sadly, some German people are very much against refugees because some of them aren't behaving like they should be. So many German people, especially elderly people, are voting for politicians who are in a very right direction. I think Germany is not gonna stay on that place for long because we are okay. I would say Germany had its peak. We had our peak with the invention of the modern cars, like Mercedes or Volkswagen and stuff. But we are very slow when it comes towards electrical vehicles. Very, very slow. Same with our internet. Our internet is so bad. Many places of Germany, you have no signal, nothing. Yeah, Germany had got its peak already. And if we don't follow the trends and don't change the old-fashioned thinking way, it is the same with Germany, I guess. Most important persons or the head persons of many big companies and stuff are elderly white men are in the highest positions, and that should change to change the way of thinking. Same with Germany, though. Many old people in higher positions, and I think, yeah, it's not good for the thinking.